you know how it's gonna go.
Yep.
So.
Been there, done that. Let's get it.
Yeah.
You got the OU set up for me?
Yeah,
look
man.
At you, man. I know it hurt doing that, but look at you.
I know my fingers. They started cramping up.
I did the same thing. I was like, well, I tell people. I mean, I went to Norman High, so it was black and orange, but still, like, oh, she orange or ugly. I was like, I do the Norman High orange. You know, it's the same orange, but
yeah, man. I had to take some Advil and some ibuprofen.
My fingers started cramping.
Yeah. Welcome to the ROK Podcast, also known as Recruit Oklahoma. We are filming from Dick's House of Sport here in the House of Cleats. So if you see all these cleats around me, that's what's up. So I got a special guest, but of course he's a Sooner. But I'm gonna talk him up a little bit. Today's guest is a true Oklahoma playmaker. He was born in North Richland Hills, Texas, but he was raised in Norman. He became a star at Norman High School, where he racked up 1,600 all-purpose yards and over 30 touchdowns his senior year. That earned him All-State honors and plenty more. But he became one of the most electrifying players in the state of Oklahoma. He stayed home to play for the Oklahoma Sooners. That's where he became a fan favorite in that loaded backfield, contributing in special teams as a running back and even at wide receiver. He's known for his versatility, toughness, and burst. That helped lead them to 4 Big 12 titles and a Big 12 BCS Championship appearance. After college, he took his talents to the pros. First, it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then he made a name for himself in the Canadian Football League. He spent time with the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Ottawa Redblacks, where he helped lead the team to a Grey Cup championship in 2016. From Norman streets to national championships to pro titles, he's done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ROK Podcast, Mr. Mossis Madu. What's up, man?
How you doing? No, it's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Man, so you came from Texas. Just at what age? Age 3?
I was 3 when we moved here.
3 years old.
Yeah.
And so you're a certified native, you know.
Yeah, I am. I'm basically from here, man, for sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So you grew up in Norman, but one thing I heard, man, through the grapevine is that you didn't like the Sooners back then, man.
Nah, I didn't mess with them. I just feel like everybody was bandwagon fans. You know,
okay.
OU was trash in the 90s. Everybody knows. You hear it all the time. We're so bad in the 90s, this, and that. Yeah. And I remember growing up, I never saw OU flags everywhere. You know, people rocking the hats and this and that. And next thing you know, Stoops comes in and changes the culture in the program. Next thing you know, you just see it everywhere. And I'm like, man, y'all a bunch of bandwagon fans. Like, I mean, same thing on with the Thunder right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, but I do love it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I love the support for the Thunder. And also OU as well, too, yes.
Yeah.
But I just felt that way, especially me being from Texas and being young. I was just like, I'm going to be different than everybody. I'm going to represent UT. I'm going to talk about, Texas Longhorns and Texas A&M, everything Texas. Like, I make my younger brother and I would always do that type of stuff.
Yeah, man. I hear you. So you played with some heavy hitters at quarterback, man.
Yeah.
You had Paul Thompson.
Yep, my first year, yep.
First year, then you had Sam Bradford. Mm-hmm. He played for 2 years, won 2 Big 12 championships.
Yeah.
Oh, Landry came in on the backside of your career. So tell me about them 3.
So the PT, we call him PT Paul Thompson. It was crazy because he had moved to receiver, and then the Red Bomar thing happened.
Yeah.
And he got moved back to quarterback. I remember us at the time, we were true freshmen, and we're like, Sam, you about to get a shot. Like, you ain't about to redshirt no more, fool. Like, you might mess around. Yeah. And then they moved PT back, and then it was. I mean, the rest. I mean, we won a Big 12 championship that year. Ended up playing Zach Taylor in the Big 12 championship game. Yeah. He's the head coach of the Bengals now. And a good family friend of mine grew up with his younger brother, Press Taylor. And it's just crazy to think about that. And of course, Sam Bradford, we came in together, class of 06. Which I say all the time. We all say it's the best class that ever came through during Stoops' era.
Right.
We had Sam go number 1, GK, Gerald McCoy go number 3, Trent Williams number 4, Jermaine go number 17 or 18. Guys go later on, like Dom Franks, I think in the 5th round. So like our class was stacked, man. And then on the backside, Landry came in as well too.
All right, man. So, man, take me back to who put the first football in your hands, man? How'd that work out?
Oh, man, the first football in my hands, that was back in Norman and at a apartment complex we grew up in called Vicksburg. That's where we grew up, on the east side of Norman. Okay. And there were kids always playing football. And my younger brother and I, we never really played football like that. And then I think I was in first or second grade. We started playing tackle football just outside in the grass, right? And then that's where we picked it up. I remember the kids taught me about the Cowboys, who Emmitt Smith was, Troy Aikman, and you know, and the big Cowboys. Three there, And so I remember being like, who was Emmitt Smith? Who was this? Like what?
One of the
best.
Know,
I had no idea who these guys were, and so it just the whole world opened up to me.
Okay.
And we always played against older guys too. You know, so it just. You had to be tough. If you're going to go out there and get tackled and cry, You know, so, I mean, that's how it happened. That's how we grew up, right there in Vicksburg Apartments on the east side of Norman.
Okay. Is that when it became – so when did it really become serious to you?
I don't know, man. Maybe – I mean, I loved it, but I did so many other things. Like I rollerbladed all the time.
Yeah.
Basketball was fun. You know, we played street hockey. We did it all. We were typical – 90s kids. We did everything. You know, it's so much different than kids nowadays who specialize in one sport. You know, we did everything. And I think I really, really found a passion, love for it probably in middle school.
Okay.
Whenever middle school, you know, when school ball started, you could, you know, put them colors on and represent, you know, Alcott Middle School. What's up, Alcott?
Okay.
What's up, Alcott?
Alcott,
we're in the black and purple. And that's when it really took off. And when I realized how good I was, per se. You know, I was always a shifty, fast kid. Didn't want to get tackled playing older kids. Like, I'm scared to get tackled. So I'm going to juke you all day. But it ended up working out. I mean, in middle school, like I said, just when I really figured it out.
So what? So you had any brothers, sisters?
Younger brother. And then older brother and older sister as well.
Okay,
too.
Which one of the ones that look just like you?
That's my younger brother, Chico. And it's funny, my older brother is the shortest out of us all.
Okay.
So he don't look like us. He's so shorter. But my younger brother's one. People thought we were twins all the time.
Yeah, because I saw this picture. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, is this you?
Get that all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, but they all play sports?
Yeah. My older brother played growing up. Didn't go anywhere. My younger brother played. He actually ended up playing ball at Nicholls State. So D1 double in Thibodaux, Louisiana. And did a short stint. He was actually with the Tampa Bay, with the Buccaneers, same time I was there.
Okay.
He got invited to rookie mini camp, ended up getting cut. And then played in Canada, played arena ball. So he did the whole typical, you know, nine of a guy who just wants to play the game and just go wherever they want to take you.
Well, what about your parents? Like did mom, dad play sports?
Man, my mama didn't play nothing. It's funny because I've never even seen her run in my lifetime. Never seen her jog, do nothing athletic. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. And my dad actually played soccer at UCO.
Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy. I guess that's where our good feet.
That footwork.
You know? Yeah.
Like as a young kid, who were your like role models or sports figures that you looked up to?
Barry Sanders, of course, was one of them. I remember in fifth grade playing football, pee-wee football in fifth grade. They called me Little Barry.
Okay.
And I was just, like I mentioned, I was scared to get tackled growing up. We always played, so I learned how to juke. You ain't going to get a hold of me.
Right,
You know, if you do, it's going to be a little piece of me. And so it was always nicknames like Little Barry. So I grew up watching him. You just go back in time. All the running backs, man, growing up, I just always watched and mimicked them, you know, saw the way they played. Ricky Williams is another one as well, too.
Okay,
you know, guys like that. And
I
then,
played against him.
Dogs. And so you grow up and mimic guys like that.
So you were the kid that juked all the time. You didn't want to run
I didn't really start putting the hat down until probably like high school or so. I mean, I always had it in me. I wasn't scared now. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to go be soft about it. But in high school, my running back coach, Coach Griff, always told me, you have another gear to you, son. He's like, you got another element. You better start using it. And then you did, and from there, I loved it. You know, you get a piece of somebody, it's the best.
Start hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Man. So tell me any other sports that you played? Other than, I know you mentioned rollerblade.
Basketball, hoops growing up, did the whole AAU thing, all that stuff. I'll tell people all the time, though, I was your typical football player out there.
Yeah.
Like just an athlete.
Just being rough.
Defense, rough fouling. You know, I'm a slasher, get to the goal. Like if I scored 8 in a game, I was happy. Like I was not the kind of go out there and bust your tail and give you 20, nothing like that. But I was just an athlete out there.
I got you.
Ran track. Our football coaches made us run track.
Of course.
Which I hate. I was like, Coach, please keep me in the off season. Please, I don't want to go to track. Like,
I do it on my own.
Yeah, I hated track practice. Out there just running the run. Like I hated it. And throwing up, I'm like, oh my gosh. But I ran track as well too.
Okay. And to get into Norman High. Now, can you tell me right off the top, what kind of legacy do you think you left there?
That's a good question, man. I've talked to like the younger guys, like whether it be my brother or Ryan Broyles there, And they tell me all the time about how things changed when I left because and I remember when I left, like seeing kids there at Norman High wearing 17, which I wore in college, and I was like, that's so dang cool. Like, man, like, but it's nothing I realized until later on, like at this point in my life, you know, between the stories my brothers, you know, tells me things like that, and from a leadership standpoint, and then a legacy standpoint, that's kind of tough. I mean, I've ran into kids a little bit younger than I am who say, hey, I remember watching you at Norman High, and I owe you this and that, you know, and stuff. Yeah. So it's always good to hear, you know. I know it's good to be appreciated too as well.
Yeah. So tell me one of your biggest rivals at Norman. Who's your biggest rival?
One of my biggest rivals.
The rival schools that you every year
in middle school or like high school.
In high school.
In high school. I mean, it was always Norman North.
Okay.
Norman High North. It was always the first game of the year, and we played it at Owen Field. Well, I guess now it's called, whatever it's called now. We played at OU Stadium.
OU Stadium,
yeah. And first game of the year, and it was crazy. The whole town was there. Stadium was packed, and what's funny is, so Norman North is a newer high school. They had just they became a high school in 2000.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, something like that. And Norman High had never lost to them. And so I was undefeated throughout my whole high school career. And I always make fun of Ryan Broyles. His senior year, they lost to them for the first time ever in history.
Dang,
so that was his senior year, right? Ryan, trash. And then my brother's junior year. And so I remember watching that game at OU. It was an away game. And it was on TV. And I mean, I was in my hotel room. I mean, actually, it was a home game. So we're at home games, we stay in the hotel.
Okay.
And I was in the hotel room so mad, yelling at, yo, what are these fools doing? They about to lose at Norman North. But yeah, it was always Norman North because it's a crosstown clash.
Right.
It's a big one at OU, you know, at Owen Field back then. And you grew up. Norman is a big little city. And what I mean by that is everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody knows everybody. So we all grew up knowing each other, playing each other in sports, and then just beefing. And so, I mean, it was real. Like, we hated them. I like, to this day, talking about them, I get worked up.
Right.
One of my best friends coaches basketball at Norman North. He's a Norman High grad.
Okay.
Kellen McCoy.
Kellen?
Kel. Yeah. And he coached. And before we took the job, I was like, man, why you take that day job, man? Like, you know, we high side. But I rep Norman North basketball for sure because of him.
Okay, yeah. His little daughter is playing there now.
He
switched over to the girls.
Coaching her. Yeah,
that's dope. So tell me one of the most memorable games that you had. Was it against Norman North?
Yeah, definitely definitely Norman North my senior year. I mean, I had a few when I was younger as well too.
Okay.
But senior year definitely stands because it's your senior year.
Yeah.
The Norman North game, I had like 3 catches, 100 and some yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
They kept me to like 40 or 50 yards on the ground, but I was eating them up through the air. And my first touchdown, it was I made like 11 guys miss.
The whole team?
The whole team. It was 9 or 11. And so I was zigging and zagging and juking and jiving and cutting across, like across the whole field, this and that. And like I could see it in my head right now. And it's just that, like I mentioned, that playing there in that environment, you know, and it being my senior year, and I'm knowing like I got to get recruited. Yeah. And it's funny because even when I got to OU, there are a few guys who played at OU were like, I remember watching you. Yeah, because you know, it was at OU. Like, we stuck around to watch that game. Like, you was out there showing out.
Yeah, you showing out.
But yeah, that one's definitely memorable. And my brother, who was a sophomore at the time, started at corner for us that year as well. So he had a pick 6 that game.
Oh, pick 6? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm both showing out. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing, like, back in those times, I sound old saying, back in those times, like,
back in the day,
if you started as a sophomore back then, it was a big deal. It was like starting as a freshman now.
Right.
Like, Coach didn't. He was old school. Yeah. You know, we had to cut our hair, no facial hair, no earrings.
Really?
Yeah. Like, sophomores didn't play.
Okay.
Like, so my brother started as a sophomore there and then do that, you know, pick 6 in a game like that. And I mean, it's crazy.
Man, that's crazy. So you mentioned, you know, after those games, you mentioned, you know, you got to start being recruited. And so how did your recruiting process go? Like from your senior year, or did it start your junior year? When did recruiting start picking up?
So it's funny when I talk about my recruiting process. I even looking back, I'm just like, it's all God. It's crazy how it worked out because I was an unknown going into my senior year.
Okay.
I was a 2-year starter. I started at strong safety my sophomore year and junior year.
Okay. And
I rotated in at running back. But I didn't really start at running back. I was to my senior year. I didn't play no defense. I was an offensive guy only.
Okay.
And it's truly a mess. I was unknown. I wouldn't have ranked in the top 50 in the state. You know, when the magazines come out, and my name was nowhere to be mentioned.
Nowhere to be found.
And I remember seeing the list of running backs who were all ahead of me and being mad. Like, I know y'all done seen me play.
Can you remember some of the names?
Yeah. Yes. What's his name? Josh Johnson from Ponca City.
Okay.
Midwest City, there's another running back from there. There's a few guys that I forget. I remember, a few of them.
Okay.
And just being ranked ahead of me. No disrespect to them. I'm like, man, come on, like I can put me somewhere over there. And it's just crazy from, like I mentioned, Norman High, Norman North game, doing what I did that game.
Yeah.
Standing out in that way, and then it took off, and then I was literally a nobody, and then within the third game of the season, UCLA offered me, and then OU offered me, and then TCU, and then Tulsa, and all the UCF and these other schools, and it was just crazy how it worked because I wasn't unknown, and then all the accolades come, Rivals comes in, they rank me top 10 in the state. As an athlete, 44, and other websites, 4-star, 14th overall running back. Yep. And it took off overnight, which is crazy because now that I'm a coach, that doesn't happen.
No.
I'm busting my butt trying to get kids recruited. I'm like, this kid deserves it. Trust me, this kid can go. Yeah. And I'm like, I look back like, how did that happen for me? Like,
right.
I was an unknown. I didn't ever start at running back, and then my senior year, just third game. Wow. Boom. But I mean, it just. I'm not trying to brag, but look at my film. I'm different. The stuff I did and the way I did it, and I was playing 6A, and it's just different.
It's different,
yeah. And I'll show some of the kids on my McGinnis my clips, and they're like, "Dang, coach!" I'm like,
"You was that dude."
Yes, like y'all ain't seen nobody like this, man. It's like D1's different than all these other. Like you got to be so different, but it's all God. And I mean, I help myself out too. Well, not me. Me and one of my best friends, Matt Hecox. I recruited myself.
Okay.
I tell kids to do you probably do the same. You got to recruit yourself. Like I had 2 VCRs out. Hit stop, record, making my tapes. Stop, record. Okay, stop. Hold on. Next play. Fast forward. Okay.
These kids
record
on
this.
Stop.
Don't know VCRs out. 2 V's. Now they get on their cell phone and in bed. On Huddle and make their clips. I had 2 VCRs out.
Hey, it was real, man.
Yeah, it was real, man. It was a grind. The manila envelopes and stuff, man. I had to get online and look up the addresses to all these places.
Oh, man.
That's how UCLA found me. I sent my tape out to them.
Okay.
My first tapes, I think I sent out like 5 to 10.
Okay.
And I remember doing it. I picked a few small schools and a few of my dream schools. So I was like, okay, we're going to do. I did Virginia Tech, Miami, UCLA, and I forget what the other one was.
Was Florida State or somebody?
Somebody like that, because back in the early 2000s, they was Miami was booming. Virginia, Mike Vick, Virginia, and I love them because and I think I ended up sending some small schools like Wyoming. I don't know. I saw them in a bowl game. I was like, well, I like their style. Like they was all, look good. Oh, Penn State was one of them too.
Okay.
Because I love they had the all white, stadium too, and they wore the DNA helmets, different helmets and stuff like that. So I just picked schools I just love the looks of and sent that out. And that just
so it's crazy that
started.
So did you send film to OU first, or was that all in the same?
No, I don't remember if I sent film to OU now. I think they saw me.
But they just probably see you.
They saw me at that game. Yeah. And also, Chuck Long was the OC at the time.
Okay.
His daughter, Lindsay Long, is in my grade. She went to Normal High. And we were good friends. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because Chuck would use Lindsay to talk to me through him, via him, because there's dead period, stuff like that. So he'd be make sure. And, when they first started talking to me, I remember, too, the day me and Lindsay were sitting in class, and she was like, my dad said that if they don't offer you at all, they would love for you to be a PWO still. And I was like, first and foremost, who can afford that? My parents, they might pay for that. And second of all, I was like, no, I'm going somewhere. They're going to give me some money. Like, I'm getting this full run game. My school paid for it.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy when somebody else got to offer kids in Oklahoma, and then you come in. Yeah. Because they know sometimes OU's some kids' dream school, and they'll drop everything to go play at OU.
Yeah.
But, what made you so you're getting recruited by UCLA? Did they? Yeah. What other schools that contacted you?
Yeah.
Or did they?
So funny story about your school. On the Pokes, they were recruiting me tough, but I had no idea.
You say it like that? Your school?
They recruited me tough, but I had no idea. We had moved homes right before my senior year. Okay. And they were sending a bunch of mail to my old house. Oh, and it never got to us. Like, I remember I got the mail. It finally got to Norman High. My coach had it. It was like a fat stack of mail. Yeah. I remember being like, why ain't no one you looking at me? Like, I know I'm from Norman, but I don't got no loyalty toward them. Like, whoever wants me, I'm a go. Yeah, but it was just.
So when did you get that, man? Or when did you find out?
It was like late in the game. I was already knew it was between OU, UCLA, and TCU. Okay. By that time. And even like really none of the coaches had reached out to me. It was just a whole bunch of mail, a big old pile of mail. And maybe I don't know if they thought they're like, well, he ain't showed no type of interest towards Vigon, but it was crazy. It was crazy.
Now, would have gone to?
I don't know.
Would you living in Norman? That
I don't know. I would have given it a real look because I was all set. I took an official visit to OU, UCLA, and TCU.
Okay.
And I loved TCU. I loved it.
Yeah.
When I went to UCLA, I looked at my mom and said, "Mom, I'm coming here." I remember the look in her eyes like, "No."
Yeah, I can't
you know,
make
but
it
I was like, "Mom, it's a wrap." Like these big bright lights out here, the beach, palm trees, and we had breakfast on the ocean. Oh man, it was crazy, man.
I remember when I was getting recruited, that was one of my first letters from UCLA.
Oh, for real?
But that's all they sent. They didn't really recruit me. They just said, we're interested in you. Just 3 or 4 letters. And I'm like, what the rest? I'd love to go out there and play.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. And my brother and sister lived in California.
Okay.
And they're about an hour from there. Okay. And so I would have had them out there. They actually came on the official visit with me.
Okay.
UCLA put them in hotel rooms and stuff. And we all, I mean, it was amazing. And I was ready to go there. I really was.
So UCLA, TCU, and OU were your top 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what made you just that final decision to go to OU?
I mean, it's hard to pass up a team like that, right? In your backyard. I grew up about 7 minutes from the stadium. Yeah. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan, but like it's still right there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to wash clothes. My mom spoiled us. My brother and I growing up, my younger, and so it was. And just when you got a team like that who just played in a natty in 2004 against USC, they lost, but they're just top of the top.
Man,
Big 12 every year, BCS games all the time, and you go, and then Coach Gunny's in my ear, pressuring me, come on, you're gonna miss this boat, like do it, know, and then Gerald McCoy is hollering, we're talking, like he's one of my best friends till this day. We still talk all the time, and he's like, come on, and things like that, like what are you gonna do? And it was hard to pass him up. But even so, after I had committed, DeMarco Murray committed like about a month later in the All-American game. Yeah. I remember I'm gone. We're coming in 3 running backs deep. Me, Chris Brown, DeMarco Murray coming in 3 deep. I'm like, nah, it's not smart. Yeah. It's not smart, know. And I'm the kind of always looked at the roster, what they had, who was coming, who was leaving. Yeah. So you have to know as a player.
See where you can fit in.
You believe in yourself and what you can do. At the same time, you got to be smart about where you go.
Right.
It's going to be a loaded backfield. And I was like, no, I'm gone. I remember hitting up Coach Bieniemy, Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. And being like, I don't think about decommitting and coming there, but I had heard you went to the Minnesota Vikings. He was actually coaching. Yeah, he went to the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. And he was like, yeah, I'm there now. Because he was the only coach who recruited me at UCLA. Okay. And he's the only one I really have a relationship with. I can't even tell you the head coach's name at UCLA. I don't even know. Looking back, I'm like, I don't even know who he was. No, like, what's his name? I sat down, talked to him, met him. We, talked to my parents, and we had great guy, but I still don't remember his name. It was just Coach Bieniemy, who was my running back coach. Yeah. And I was like, man, I can't. I like Coach Gundy a lot. And I'm gonna stay here at OU, even though we're coming in 3 deep. But
yeah, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned Bieniemy because when my final choices was OU, OSU, and Colorado. I originally committed to Colorado.
Yeah, that's where he
went, right? Because of Eric Bieniemy at the running back. Him, Cordell Stewart was a quarterback. Savoy, Ray Caruth was there. I'm like, man, all black. I'm like, I'm going there. So that's why I originally committed until Bob Simmons, the head coach. Well, he was an assistant coach at Colorado. He then came to Oklahoma State to be the head coach. So he's recruited me there. So when he got here, he recruited me here.
That's crazy.
Oklahoma State. And so I got up there, man. I just, we want you to play. That's how they talk. Yeah. We want you to play. We want you on the field. Yeah. And of course, I played as a freshman, but but that was my first. You mentioned Bieniemy. That took me back to Colorado.
That's crazy. He was. Nah, he was. I like Coach Bieniemy a lot, man. And I heard he was tough on guys. I've seen clips of him getting on the AD in practice. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how my high school coach was too. He held me to the highest standard out of anybody. He didn't let me get away with nothing. Yeah. Every time I touch the ball, you got to run 50 yards. You better sprint 50 yards. And things like that. And held me to such a high standard. And I was used to tough-nosed, old school coaching. And that was how Coach Bieniemy was. And so I was like, shoot, I need that. And plus, I was a knucklehead. That's some knucklehead to me.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
You need a coach to keep you on the straight and narrow.
I got you. So again, let's go. So we kind of go back. Now you're at Oklahoma, and again, we talked about the 4 Big 12 championships. Yeah. So did any of those games stand out to you? Like, did you have any breakout games in either one of those?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. The year we went to the Natty, that 08 Big 12 title.
Okay.
So I told you we're 3 deep in the backfield, right?
Yep.
Me, DeMarco, and CB and Chris Brown.
So who got the most touches at running back? DeMarco?
Well, so really it was CB who got the most touches.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. DeMarco got a lot, but DeMarco was all-purpose type. He got catches and runs and all this and that. And, and then I would come in as a third back and I'll be happy if I got like 5 touches, you know, or whatever.
But you also played, special teams.
Yeah, special teams. Returns, I mean, like game to game, it varied how many touches I got. You know, some games I'll get 12 to 15. You know, other games I'll get 5 and be like,
right.
You know,
but y'all winning.
We're winning, and I had a good idea. But that game in 08, the Big 12 title game, my redshirt sophomore year, DeMarco gets hurt on the kickoff return, and they're like, Moses, and so I ended up having 3 touchdowns. I ran for 112 yards off of like 15 carries, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns tied the Big 12 championship record for the most rushing touchdowns in the game, which still stands to this day.
Right.
So my name is up there. And it was just crazy. And I actually, my 3rd touchdown was the record-setting touchdown for most 60-point games in a season by a team. We did in a row. We had 5 60-point games in a row. And so my 3rd touchdown was like a 55-yard run. I hurdled a guy on the sideline, sprinted in and scored that. And it was just surreal because, I mean, I played a lot. You know, not a lot, but I played a lot for a third string running back. You know, we had a good rotation, and I got in, and I didn't complain about it. I just did my job. I was on a lot of special teams, returning and things like that. But it just like it was crazy how that happened, and it took off. You know, I knew I always had it. You know, my teammates knew I had it, but it was great to do it on that stage. I remember like doing interviews on ESPN and stuff after that. You know, like days later, because we're going to the Natty, and they're talking to me, doing interviews, and it was just crazy. And
so when you put on that crimson and cream for the first time, like what went through your mind? What went through your veins? I mean, I
remember being like, I look good in that
first
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to make sure I had my belt hanging down on the side. You know, the old school, the long belt, the old school, had it taped.
With the tape
had the belt taped. I remember being like, man, these colors look good. You know, like I feel like, and no matter how we had the big old baggy old school jersey, and you know, OU was tight. Right? I'm like, man, I can get used to this. And I remember just being like,
you made it,
you know? And it's just, even now, I don't think it's hit me. You know, I have people come to me all the time, Mossis Madu, this and that, but it hasn't hit me like what I've done in my life, in my career, how blessed I've been. I mean, I know I'm blessed, but like I just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I'm 50, so I could look back, be like, man, you know, I did, you know, OU and Tampa Bay, Jets, and then 6 years in CFL. You know, it's crazy to think about.
And it's, I mean, just to being a part of, I mean, even though I'm a Cowboy, I mean, OU's that has that rich tradition. I could have Snellenberger was the coach. Howard Snellenberger was the coach that was recruiting me at OU. So I was like, no, I don't want to play for him. So, but.
And what years?
So this was 94, 95. So 95, 96. Okay. So this, like you said, OU was trash. That's when we beat them 3 times. Right? That's when we was whooping up on them. So
you had a great track record against them.
3 out of 4, and it feels good to put a college uniform on. Period. You know, just
period.
The next level.
That's why I tell kids, like my kids, I coach. Whether even my daughter plays softball, like whether it's D1, D2, whatever it is, like it's a blessing. And you're playing at the next level. The statistics show like you shouldn't be here.
It's right.
It was like 1 point or like 2 point something
it's
percent
down there,
make it to college, and from there like 1 point something percent make it to the NFL. You know, so it's
tough.
crazy. It's crazy.
Who were some of your closest teammates up at OU?
So of course Ryan Broyles, who we went to high school together with, my brother. Gerald McCoy, he's a really, really close one under my brother again. Jermaine Gresham, we were roommates.
He came out of Ardmore, right?
From Ardmore. He's actually both of my daughter's godfather. And so like my brothers for sure. Me and DeMarco Murray were roommates as well too. But those 3 are definitely ones. I mean, I'm in a group chat right now with guys. Gerald McCoy, Adrian Taylor, Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith will know one of my boys. You know, he's an Oklahoma boy.
Reggie, he went to Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Jonathan Nelson, Price Making. So like, I'm still talking Eric Mensick, Big Mensick. So I still talk to guys. I'm in talk, especially now with social media. You can always, you know, DM somebody, what's good, you know, or, you know, something like that. So I try to stay in talks with a bunch of my former teammates and things. But those guys, like, you're Ryan, you're Gerald,
So I might have to get in your group chat and say, hey, y'all, let's get on the ROK Podcast.
Yeah, come get on here. I got to tell Rich next time. Next time you're in town.
I already hit up Ryan today, Broyles.
And good.
He said he may come on in August. So because I'm already booked for July.
Man,
so
he's you know, Ryan's on the go.
So talking about the running back room, Those three guys, or Chris Brown, yourself, DeMarco Murray. Which one of those guys pushed you the most? Like,
oh man, they both did so much. Like CB, Chris Brown, CB in the weight room, he was strong. He a Louisiana boy, he's strong as an ox. I remember being under like, I'm doing 185, like he up there 275.
Warming up with him.
And DeMarco just on the field because I was an elusive guy, but he had them.
How tall was DeMarco?
DeMarco's 6'1", 6'1" and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, coming down here running 4'4" at you.
Yeah, that's
225. Like yes. And they just we push all of each other in certain ways.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we're all so tight too. Like those are my guys. Yeah. I talk to DeMarco to this day. We still talk and things and CB's going through a rough patch right now.
Yeah.
Dealing with life and things like that.
Yeah.
And but it's just we were tight. It wasn't. We were in competition with each other, but we were family. We were brothers at the same time. We never talked bad about each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a jealous or spite type thing. I was their biggest fans. They were my biggest fans. So it was just, and that's hard to find, especially in today's culture. You know, and it was hard to find, and we had that.
Yeah, and it's good to have brothers like that, man.
Yeah.
And tell me about playing for Coach Stoops. What was he like, man?
I love Coach Stoops. I tell people all the time, like when they ask about him, like he was a man of God first, a man of faith, and he was an honest man, and he always preached the right things. He always preached the little things, which is what I try to do as a coach now. Yeah. Whether it's picking up after you eat in the cafeteria, making sure you're the one picking up, no one picking up for you. Yeah. The locker room's always clean, your area's always clean. Doing right by women, that was his biggest thing. I remember he'd have the same speech every year. Was it before fall camp, before school? Like, nothing good happens past midnight.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
He was like, if you're going to be with a girl, you better know who that girl is, and that door better be open at all times, like the way he talked. And he was like, if something happens, you better jump out that window, the things he would say. And he was so real about it. And to this day, like when we see each other, we talk, and he'll ask me, how's your mom doing, your dad, and things like that. And just, I remember when I was playing it in Canada, hey, how's Canada? You liking it? Anything you need, let me know. And he just a great guy, not saying a guy. I mean, he was on. He let me put him on my resume. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Type of, reference. Like you see Bob Stoops on there, like and so that's just the type of guy he is. I call him. He's like, yes, put me on anything you need. They want to call me, talk to me, I'll talk to him. He's a great guy.
That's dope. I met him a few times, but also met Venables a few times as well.
Yeah,
but,
VV.
Yeah,
he's intense.
Who was yours? Was Cale Gundy your OC?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Kevin Wilson was my OC.
Wilson. Okay.
Yeah. Cale Gundy is my running back coach.
He was running back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Tell me some favorite some of your locker room moments that you can keep it G rated.
A funny one came to my mind first, but I can't talk about that one. I would say it's always going to be the dancing after wins.
The
dancing after a win. It's
Okay.
always gonna be something like that.
Okay.
Get a win. Eric Mensa can flip the trash can over and play the beat. Doom, 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 and everybody start dancing. They'll call out guys to come and dance.
Still, nothing beats Malcolm Kelly's.
Yeah, that one for sure. That was after the Big 12. That was actually after. I think that was my redshirt year after we beat Nebraska in the Big 12 game. The one I mentioned. And Zach Taylor was a quarterback. Yeah, that was after that game, and I remember being there for that. Because my freshman year, they made me travel. There was only like a handful of freshmen who traveled, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And at the time, I hated it because all my friends are back home hanging out, getting to be freshmen. I'm on the road. Like, I'm not even playing. He got me out here, and it was freezing, at the Big 12 game in Kansas City in December. And but I'm glad I got to be a part of his because, everybody knows his rap. I've heard kids now, 15-year-old, 16-year-old kids who know the whole rap. And I was like, I was in a locker room. They're like, what? I'm like, I was in a locker. Like, I was right there listening to him.
I see that once or twice a year.
Yeah, and so it's definitely a part of that one.
What was your favorite game as a Sooner?
Favorite game as a Sooner? Definitely that Big 12 title game, the 08. The one I had 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
The Florida State game my senior year was a big one too. Mm-hmm. That was Florida State came to us, and that was our first time playing them. And that game there was, they had dudes, they're ranked high as well too. And we beat the dog crap out of them. We whooped them, sent them home. And also another big one to be Texas Tech game, that same natty year, 08. Okay. That was when Texas Tech, Michael Crabtree and all these guys, right?
Dudes,
and they came in
Was
ranked.
that Kingsbury, the quarterback?
No, it was, I forget his name. It wasn't Cliff. Cliff was before.
Okay.
I forget his name, but they came in ranked, I think, number 1 and we're number 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And we beat the dog crap out of them too. And that was a jump around when they played jump around, and the whole thing went crazy.
Man, everybody played it.
Everybody played.
Yeah,
everybody plays it. You know, we just thought we was, we thought we was cool. We could play. But that game, that was a big. I remember we whooped they tail, and I'll never forget looking around, seeing the crowd jumping when they played that song, being like,
"That's hype, though."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that game definitely stands out too.
Okay. So tell me one of your. So did you have any injuries? Any coming? Going through college?
Through college.
Or any
Yeah. Actually, my last game of my senior year in the Fiesta Bowl against UConn, I messed up my knee. Yeah, and on a kickoff return.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I remember like breaking down the tears, like, oh, I'm cooked. Like, there goes my NFL career. This and that. I'm gonna get shot now. But you know what I mean, it all worked out. I sprained my MCL, and I like dislocated my kneecap and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And we made it work and we're fine.
Man, kept you grounded. What?
Yeah.
Kept you going through that process during that time.
I think it's my faith, of course, and just knowing that I still, as much as I didn't think I still had a shot. I got paired up with a great guy, great agent, Bardia Garamani.
Okay.
He actually put me on a plane, sent me to California to deal with this crazy doctor, like a voodoo doctor. It was crazy. He was doing some stuff. He was a certified doctor.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
he was doing stuff that he was one of 2 doctors in the nation were doing. So I went out there. I had on a big leg brace. So I went out there. Within 1 treatment, I was walking normal.
Dang. Okay.
Within 2 treatments, I was running.
Okay.
Within 3 treatments, I was sprinting and cutting.
Man.
And this was within 3, because I was out there. I had to play in an all-star game.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, like, you get scouted coming into all-star games, kind of college, things like that. And so, like, they got me ready to play in it.
Yeah.
And I went and did the whole practices all week.
Yeah.
Felt 100%.
Man.
I didn't play in the game. I was like, I ain't about to play in that. But I did all the practices and stuff. And so, like, but it was just crazy. But I think just having a good support system. And at the time, I had a daughter, too.
Okay.
My daughter, Maya, who's 16 now.
Okay.
So I knew, like, she was my why the whole time as well, too. Like, I'm trying to make great life for her.
What was it, an ACL? Or
Yeah, no, it was MCL. Yeah, MCL,
Okay.
like partially, I believe it was sprained or partially torn, and my kneecap had shifted. It was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, and like,
And he got you running the 3.
I'm telling you, and I'm good still. Like, my knee is fine. Like, I'm good. I feel the effects from playing football for so long, but like my knees, I'm good.
Okay. I'm finna shoot through some rapid fire questions.
All right.
All right. Turf or grass?
Grass.
That's grass? Okay.
Yeah, grass.
All right. Playing video games, you got truck, stick, or spin move?
Spin move.
It's a spin move? Okay.
Spin move.
Is that what you would do in real life anyway?
I'd probably truck. Toward the back end, truck.
Truck.
Early spin.
Okay. Would you like the winters in Norman or winters in Ottawa?
Norman. Gosh. Then winters in Ottawa. I'm like, your bones hurt. Oh my gosh.
Skin, your blood hurting?
Oh, everything. I was wearing thick socks. Like, it's a whole nother world, man. That's a lot. I wouldn't wish upon anybody.
That's crazy. That's crazy. OU locker room or CFL locker room, who had more jokes?
Ooh, that's tough. Oh, man. CFL. Yeah. It's close. It's close. I don't know. It's close. It's close.
Okay. Now, here's a good one. Adrian Peterson or DeMarco Murray?
AD the GOAT, man. AD's the GOAT. Yeah.
Okay. Waffle House or IHOP after a late game?
Waffle House.
Waffle House?
Yes.
Okay.
What's
What's your go-to meal? What you got to...
Oh, I get the basic old waffles. Yeah, give me the waffles, the eggs, the hash browns, and I'm good to go.
Okay.
With chocolate chips in the waffles.
With chocolate.
Well, they melted on top. They can't put it inside.
Okay,
They melted on the top.
Would you rather take a handoff from Sam Bradford or Kyler Murray?
Sam, that's my dog.
Sam, that's your
I
dog.
gotta go Sam all day. It'd have been fun to play with Kyler, but
Yeah.
Kyler take my runs from me though. He'll take my carries. I gotta go Sam. Sam ain't his own read
Yeah,
guy. He gonna hand it off.
Yeah. Helmet visor or no visor?
Visor all day.
Oh, yeah.
I was the type of guy. It was raining. My visor staying on. I'm gonna just wipe it and
wipe
figure
it
it
and
out.
play.
Yeah.
The CFL waggle motion or straight up backfield?
CFL waggle.
You like the waggle?
Yeah, I love the waggle.
Yeah. Man, I played arena ball and we did
Same
that.
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like,
Yeah.
it's so fun. CFL is such a fun game to watch.
I had an opportunity to go to CFL, but the guy that wanted me to come play for him, He was an AFL coach. He coached me in arena football.
You remember what team it was?
I want to say it was Hamilton.
Oh,
Hamilton
man,
Tiger
you would
Cats.
loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it in Hamilton.
But now I wanted to stay home with the family and
Yeah.
just you know, I was raising my kids, you know, or my first son. At least,
CFL. I tell people all the time about the CFL. It's like D1 versus D2.
Okay.
It's all the same except for in the trenches. That's the only difference. I mean,
Really?
even in the CFL, we had so many guys, same story as me, played a couple years in the league. We had guys who started in the league. We had guys who won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? In the CFL. So, like, people talk to me. I'm like, man, you don't know nothing until you get there and you actually see you're around the guys. Like, there are dogs in it and studs. It's just all the same. It's just the trenches are where it differs. You're going to have way bigger guys in the NFL. You can move better.
Yeah. Who talked the most trash during practice? You're saying at OU.
Curtis Lofton, CeeLo. Oh my gosh. And he talked trash when we played against each other. My rookie year in Tampa, he was with the Falcons. We played against each other. And he talked so much trash. And I talked trash to him too. It was just, when you know, like that's my dog. We still talk to this day. That's my guy. And so it's fun, but CeeLo always talked. Rufus Alexander talked a lot too.
Oh yeah, I've
Rufus
been around Rufus.
So dang
I've been around
much.
Rufus.
And he was a senior when I was a freshman, so I kind of just sit there and be like, man, this fool over here. But I just got to know him more. I mean, it was funny, but yeah, the dang linebackers, man.
Yeah. Oh, Curtis, he from the little Kingfisher dude.
Kingfisher.
Red River rivalry or Bedlam.
Red River rivalry.
Texas guy.
Yeah. Well, I never lost to OSU in my career.
Okay.
Or at home in my career.
Okay.
We was that good. 06, baby. 06.
Okay.
But the Red Rivalry game, like OSU was amazing. I remember my first time playing at OSU that game. They were hitting them pads. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm like, this is it. Like, this is way better than behind number north. Like this is crazy. And it's inside rivalry game. But like that Red River, you travel to Dallas, the big split, in the stadium. It's a cotton bowl or so. You're driving through a state fair to get there. Like it's just something
different atmosphere,
completely different. That's what makes it the atmosphere, man. Like it don't get no better than that.
Would you rather score a 70-yard touchdown or throw the key block for one?
I'm scoring that touchdown. I gotta score that touchdown.
You getting your name in the paper?
Not throwing a big block is fun. I've done it. It don't nothing feel like when you catch a guy, but scoring a touchdown, man. That's what makes me mad too. Let me sidetrack a little bit. What people say, act like you've been there before. You ever score a touchdown in front of 85,000 fans before?
You ain't been there before.
You probably don't score a touchdown in front of a couple people. Like you never score a touchdown in front of 85,000 fans or busted your tail all summer to get to that point.
That's what you want to do.
Get put through hell to get to the fall to play football. Like people don't get that. And these are young teenage kids who are having fun. Let them do what they want to do in the end zone. Even grown men in the NFL.
Right.
It makes it funner. You know what I'm saying? So like, and, I didn't do much. I handed the ball to the ref and celebrate. But like, if you got your Ocho Cinco out there, whoever, let them do what they want to do out there and don't complain about it. Or you put some pads on, try and stop them, see what you could do. Right.
OU workouts worse in the heat or in the cold?
In the heat. Man, them summer workouts. I still have dreams about it. No lie. And it's funny because when we all, like me and my former teammates, we all get together as OU guys, we talk about Schmitty and them workouts. Like that's the first thing that always comes up. Schmitty and them summer workouts. Like there were times
that's
I would wake up.
That's how I heard about Schmitty was in Malcolm Kelly.
Yes, and everything Malcolm said was real.
Like
there were times crossing over Jenkins that I would be like, just let me get hit by a car. I'd rather get hit by a car, put me out. Just, a little side swipe or something, get me out for a couple weeks. Like, it was like, I wake up at 3 a.m. like, oh, I missed the workout. Like, oh, I got 2 hours of sleep still, So it's just horror stories. But Schmitty truly shaped me to the person I was. That's why I was successful as a pro because of my mindset and how I was wired because of his mentality. Stoops is in his mentality. Schmitty was Stoops' first hire. And it's the way he molded us and the way he shaped us in those summer workouts. Like we was built different, man. Mentally tough and just physically ready.
What's the most Canadian thing that you did in the CFL? I don't even know what Canadian stuff what they do.
Man. It's crazy. Like the lingos, I learned a lot of different lingos. Like they call a beanie a toque.
Oh, like the hat?
Okay. They call it a toque.
Okay.
I said a toque. It's called a beanie. Now, it's called a toque. I'm like,
a stocking cap or something.
Yeah. And just the most Canadian thing I probably did was just the food they had. Their food is so good.
Yeah.
They got like beaver tails, which is almost like a funnel cake.
Okay.
And then all the eats there, man. That's probably the most Canadian thing was just partaking in all the food.
Yeah. I bet.
And the food and the festivities and things like that.
Okay. So now let's get into your I know we talked about the CFL, but tell me about. Let's go back, rewind a little bit back to when you were signed with the Bucks.
Yeah.
How did that go about? How was it after the draft, or how did that work?
Yeah. So going into the draft, the whole situation was crazy. I remember. So my agent told me Green Bay liked me a lot, and Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
And I remember him telling me that if I ran a good time, Minnesota was gonna look at drafting me like the 6th or 7th round, late rounds. And I was like, man, bad. Like I'm about to be a Vikings. I know I'm about to run a good time. Man, I get the pro day and run a 4.65.
Oh dang!
It's like,
it's over.
It's stressful. Pro days and combines, like it's so stressful, man. And I remember just had a lot. Like I'm thinking, okay, I gotta do this for my daughter, for my mama, things like that. I'm getting my mama a crib, a house, all this stuff. But I was just tense, I was nervous, and I'm running a good time. And I had tested way better. When I was testing, I was running 4.48s, 4.5s. Like, okay, bet, I'll make some money with this.
Right.
And you get that pro day and run that bad time. I was like, oh man. But my agent had a bunch of connections, Bardia, and he actually got me paired with Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay loved another client of his.
Okay.
Raymond. And they loved him at receiver. And he was like, I got a guy for you, Mossis Madu from OU.
Yeah.
If you want my receiver, package them two up in the deal together. Like, okay. They watched my film, like me a lot. And like, let's do it then.
Yeah.
And so I went to Tampa, and it was during the lockout. Remember the lockout? In
Vaguely.
2011.
Vaguely,
lockout. We didn't have no OTAs, nothing, no rookie mini camp. We went straight to training camp.
Yeah.
So my first year, I didn't get to do none of that. We got thrown in the fire, straight to training camp. And I made the team as a free agent that year. Yeah, and so I did it the hard way. That's what I talk about, just the way I was shaped and molded, like coming from OU. Like Stoops ran a pro schedule. Yeah. The way we practiced, right. Meetings and everything. And like, I remember being there like, this is easy. Guys
you ready for
dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just the competition at OU too. I mean, I remember my 3rd year at OU, we recruited the number 1 ranked running back and number 2 ranked running back came in. Number 1 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and so being like, you just got guys. You're like, oh man,
you gotta
you gotta stay on it. Yeah, you can't afford to just you can't afford to just relax. Yeah, you always like, nah, we gotta work. And so I mean, that's the same mentality brought to the NFL, and ended up making the team as a rookie.
What'd you do with your first check?
All right. So my first, I was on practice squad.
Okay.
And I was being good with my money, so I was like, I want to do this. I was like, nah,
you don't know how long it's gonna last.
Yeah, because I mean, we did a lot of rookie stuff. They tell you take care of your money because you can get cut tomorrow. Yeah, so that stuck. I'm like, man, I got
bring your playbook down.
Yeah, I'm like, man, bring your playbook. Yeah, the Grim Reaper waiting on you. And so the first thing I did, I bought a hat. It was like a $200 hat. It was a hat for that much. And back then, like snapbacks were popular, so it was a retro hat. I still got that hat to this day too. Okay. And it was something I was like, okay, I make the team. I'm gonna buy that hat. But I did live in like a really nice apartment, things like that, right by the water and stuff. But that was when I was like, man, I'm trying to be frugal out here. I didn't buy. I needed a new car. I didn't buy one. I'm good. I'm being in my little Jeep. We're gonna roll.
Right.
And I just kept it that way.
Okay. Were there any struggles with the team chemistry when you came on the team? Like who'd you hang with?
Man, I lucked out because Tampa was a young team.
Okay.
Young, it felt like a college team still. Like the locker room felt like a college team and everything about it. And so I didn't get hazed at all. I always heard stories about like, the hazing. I was like, oh man, but the guys were young. And so I went to a good situation. Like it was Josh Freeman. Remember Josh Freeman? Yeah. Yeah, it was his second year. That first year, they won like 10 games or the surprise of the league. And so the second year, my first year there, it was supposed to be a big year, like a big jump for them. We ended up going 4-12.
Dang, yeah.
We started the year off 4-2, ended up 4-12.
Man, that was...
and I remember whenever we were 4-2, we were like top of the district.
The first game didn't win no more.
Man, yeah. And so we were top of the district. I remember the guys telling me, hey, when you get to the playoffs, like we all get the same amount of money. And at the time, I'm like, how much is it? I was like, I was like, okay, get to the playoffs. I was like, okay, yeah. And so just, we didn't make the playoffs. But it was, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Man, I'd be, going 4-12. I mean, 4-2. Initially,
and then 4-12,
and it just dropped the rest of the game.
And I mean that's loss after loss. You just kind of see the team like just guys just like, and at that one it's like, man, I'm gonna go play my butt off, collect my check.
So how did the transition to the Jets go? I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah, so it came about after I went So the whole coaching staff got fired after my first year. Brought a new coaching staff. I made it all the way through preseason.
This is with the Bucks?
This is with the Bucks still.
Okay.
Yeah, I made through preseason. I get released at the end of preseason.
Okay.
You know, they wanted to bring in, you know, different guys. They like that running back, things like that. And then so I sat for that. I had one workout that season with the Colts. And I remember I worked out, and then they called me. Well, after the workout, they're like, "We like you a lot. We're gonna put you on the emergency contact list," which is like the whatever, like emergency contact list, like which means you ain't gonna call me. Yeah, we'll call you, but you probably gonna call you.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just sat, and then the Jets reached out. What was it like in the summer of 14?
Okay.
And I went up there, had a good workout, and they kept me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember I didn't even really pack too much stuff. I'd have my girlfriend, who's my wife now, at the time, send me a bag full of my clothes. I'm like, pack this, and this shoes, you know. And with the Jets, I remember in New York, like it's a whole nother world up there, man. Like it's crazy. And the thing is, like we're upstate, so it's real, a lot of trees and grass. I remember like when I think of New York, I think of Times Square, you know, big buildings, but it was opposite of that. It was beautiful. I remember the air was crisp and like training camp, it was like 70 degrees. I'm like, I'm used to 100-degree training camps. Man. This is beautiful.
I can deal with this, huh?
Yeah, and I loved it there, man. Rex was the head coach.
Rex was head?
He gave he was a head coach. He gave the best pregame speeches, and it was just preseason. I wanted to run through a walk. Let's go. Like, he was good, man. I loved him. Great coach, great guy. Yeah, I ended up getting cut there after the last preseason game. I got a concussion, actually.
Oh, dang.
And so I got a nice little settlement check, though. You know? But they told me, they're like, we would love to keep you, and we want to, but we want to go into the season healthy. So we're just going to, you know, cut you just 3 games worth of checks, and just send you on your way. I was like, at least I'm going home with something. At that point, I know how the league works. It was a blessing to even get sent home with anything. Most times you get cut. Bye. You know, so, I mean, I got a concussion. I was upset about it, but I was like, at least I'm going home with something in my hands, you know. And then from there, after that, sat for a full year and did CFL.
How did the Canadian football come about? Like, after you got cut from the Jets.
Yeah, it came about just because I sat for a year. Like, I sat for a year. And at that time, it's like, okay, not getting much interest. What's next? And so my agent was like, do the CFL.
Okay.
Like, bet, let's do it. You know, I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
Like, the CFL brought the love and the joy of the game back for me. You know, NFL is so many politics involved in NFL, and it's such a, you just got to be in the right place at the right time in the NFL. And, you know, guys are being kept who I'm like way better than. Like, not.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Especially my second year in Tampa, the guys they kept over me, I'm like, you kidding me? Like,
right.
One of the guys would try to go to the CFL later and got cut immediately. Like, it was just like, and I'm down there balling. You know, I'm just like, it is what it is. Coaches like what they like, right? Certain type of run or whatever. But it really brought the love of the game back for me, because it was more like college. It was so laid back and fun, you know, and you're playing out there. And we sold out every home game. My first 2 years in Canada, Hamilton, we sold out every home game. And even in Ottawa, we sold out every home game. And they love
the fans. Yeah,
the fans love it.
Yeah.
Hockey's number one there, of course. But like football is everything to them too. Like the home games are crazy. They're loud. They support you. They see you, you know, walk around in town. They hear me talk. Oh, you're not from you're from the States. You're from the South. I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay. So free food, you know, this and that. Like, it had a college feel to it. You know, and it was a lot of fun, and I mean, you make good money out there too. You're only there for 6 months out of the year. Okay. After that, you go straight home, take home a nice check.
Like, the cost of living, it's kind of the same? Or
yeah, it's about the same. And even there in my contract, I got a stipend for my rent.
Okay.
So like, they're paying for it, and it's tax free.
Okay.
So like, you get a place. Like, I had roommates, so we're about to say it. Everybody had roommates. You know, like, sure, I'm saving all this money I can. It's tax free. You know, and everything. So it's just, it was a good time.
So you started with Hamilton?
Yep, 2 years in Hamilton and then 4 years in Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so tell me about, let's talk about this championship game, this championship season. How did you, were you the feature back?
Yeah. So it was me and another back, William Powell, my dog William Powell. And so he had got hurt. And so in Canada, the number situation is crazy. You have to start a certain amount of Canadians.
And Americans and stuff like that.
And so like, what they'll do is they'll have one American running back, and then have a Canadian running back after him. Okay. And so like they rotate me and Willie, and then Willie got hurt. And so that's when, and I came in, and I played through the whole season, had a heck of a year, and then I got hurt in the Eastern Conference Final. One game before the championship game, before the Super Bowl, essentially the Grey Cup. The Grey Cup. I got hurt on my second or third carry of the game. I took a normal hit. I was running the ball, took a hit to the shoulder, fell, and I was like, ooh, stinger, this sucks. I'll be all right, though. And then like it didn't go away. I remember like they gave me a weight to swing like this and try to release it, and I was like, ah! And I was like,
This ain't it, dog.
Yeah, and like I've played through a lot in my life, you know, like and I know like this ain't nothing I could just, you know, and then come to find out I fractured my scapula. So I broke my shoulder blade off a normal hit. But that game, it was like 5 degrees outside, snowing like crazy. So you know, I remember being like, could it have been like, it's because so cold? Like, yeah, possibly. It was cold out there, you know, just a normal hit. And so I didn't get to play that game, but we won it. I got a nice bonus because of the win.
Okay.
Yeah. You get a nice bonus because of the win, and so definitely better to get that winning bonus than taking home that losing bonus. But we won it. Had a great time celebrating afterwards. We had the whole big parade in the city, and it was crazy. And had a great time.
So between Ottawa and Hamilton, I mean, those are okay. What are those the cities? City names?
Yeah, the city. Okay. They're both in Ontario, so they're East Coast, right above New York, right above Buffalo.
Cities or provinces or whatever.
Yeah, provinces. Okay, provinces is what they call the state, Ontario, and then the cities. Yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite province or city to live in?
Ottawa for sure. Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's beautiful there. Our stadium was like if you had a stadium in Brooktown. But there's also a big canal that went through it.
Okay.
So there's a huge canal that went through the whole city. Yeah. And our stadium sat right on the big canal. It's a huge canal. And it was just beautiful. And like the whole setup was there, you know, bars and restaurants and shopping all around. It's like a huge, so it was beautiful.
And
man.
the weather
was great in the summer. Summer and fall is great. It's like training camp, it'd be like a high of like 79, 81. There's a breeze. And then what's funny is in Canada, people go crazy if it gets to over 90 degrees. Like if it's 91, because there's no AC out there, they don't need it. They're like, go to the local mall, to the local store, and hang out. Like get out of the heat. I'm like, this is picnic weather. Right. We kicking it at 90 degrees. We out there having a great time.
Y'all need to come to Oklahoma.
Come to Oklahoma, and so they panic. They really do. Man. But the summers and falls are beautiful up there, especially nighttime in the fall. It's beautiful, but them winters, like I mentioned, winters though, as soon as like mid-November roll around, that's right when the playoffs start too. Like, whew, so it hit different.
Man, so I interviewed Coach Nick Graham.
Yeah,
and he played for Hamilton, and he said one day he kind of his first time going there. He was like, he pulled up to the facility. He said, it's 5-6 feet of snow.
Yeah,
and he said, we ain't finna practice. We got an indoor or something. And he said he saw some people out there shoveling snow. Yeah. And he was like, man, I wonder what they doing. And that was the players. Yeah. Players out there shoveling snow. He was like, oh, I can't do it.
This ain't for me.
Yeah, he had to go out there and help. And yeah, man. He had some funny stories about the Canadian football.
Yeah, no, it's a different league, man. And I think the times when I played and he played are different because there's a lot more money involved when I played. I mean, the stadiums were a lot better and the quality and just the atmosphere and stuff. Yeah, we weren't shoveling no snow, that's for sure. Yeah. But we were practicing in it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We were definitely practicing in it.
Got to practice.
Yeah.
Sure. So now, life after football, man. So I know you've been involved in coaching high school and coaching and training individual athletes and stuff like that. What else are you doing? You know, just you got your daughter, sports and everything. Tell me,
full-time dad, man. I
softball dad.
I have no life, no time for anything.
Well, you lived your life.
I live mine. I'm good. Like I have no time. You know, being in softball world.
Yeah,
like,
man. Yeah.
Both. I mean, my oldest plays travel softball. She's on the national team, and we were just in Colorado for a full week at the Sparkler this last week. Yeah. But my life right now is my wife and my kids. Yeah. Like my time I had no time outside to do hardly anything.
Okay.
Like we've been trying to schedule this for like 2 years?
Yeah,
a year and a half now? Like, we're gonna figure it out. Like, dang, we're gonna figure it out. But seriously, softball. And I was having a conversation with a group chat of mine, some good friends of mine, just like how softball, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. Like, I tell you all the time, if I could coach softball, I would, but softball's in the fall in Oklahoma. Yeah. In other states, it's in the spring. I would go coach. Right. I would go help.
Right.
But I love softball. I love watching my oldest play and do something she loves. And my youngest used to play it. She took some time off. It broke my heart. Took the spring off from travel ball. But she loves basketball and cheer. My oldest plays basketball, school ball as well, too. Okay. So, like, we stay busy, man.
Okay. Is your wife, was she an athlete?
Yeah, she played soccer at OU. She grew up playing soccer her whole life.
Is that where you met her?
No, we met in high school. We high school sweethearts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
She actually, so funny story. She actually went to Bishop McGinnis, where I coach now.
Where you
She
coaching
went
now?
there
Yeah.
for a year or two.
Okay.
And then her brother graduated, and she lived in Norman. That was a bit of a commute, you know,
Gotcha,
for the parents.
gotcha.
She wasn't driving yet, and so she went back to Norman High. And then
Okay.
we met at a mutual friend's house, and then the rest was history.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. What's more stressful, running the football or coaching kids? Coaching football.
Kids. Oh my gosh. And no lie, I was telling this story yesterday. Like, I got more nervous coaching my daughter's rec league basketball team, little 5th grade team, than I ever did playing or even coaching high school football.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but even coaching, like, even coaching high school football, I get nervous before a big play, like a third down and something you got to have it. I get nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we got to make the right play call. Because as you know, you coach, you've been a part, like, when you can control it, when the ball's in your hand, you control it. You feel more at peace. You know, but when you're on the sidelines, you're like, man,
Got to trust somebody
this
else.
kid don't know the route or something. Like, if you don't run the right route, or, you know, my running backs, if you don't make the right read, like, it's gonna be there. Just trust it, you know, or something. Or you don't put your head down and go get it. You just, it's just so many what ifs, and it's
Yeah.
that's where these white hairs are coming from, man.
I got you. What's one life lesson that from football that has taught you, or what's one life lesson?
The way my career went, I would say definitely just put your head down and go.
Okay.
Just grind.
Just grind.
Don't whine about it. So what? What's next? You know, like
Stay ready.
and just don't pout, don't complain, don't why me, don't what if, this and that. Just put your head down and go get it. I mean, it's a life motto. You know, so many things happen. So many things. Why me? Why can't I get this promotion? Why can't I be? You know, just what's next? Don't worry about it. If it's meant to happen, it'll be.
Yeah. Yeah. You training kids. So anything. So what's next? I mean, it's just the family, the softball. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's. I guess people ask me. I've been asked a lot. Like, what do you see yourself in 10 years? 5 years? I'm like, I don't know. I always get the itch to coach, you know, college every now and then. I've been offered jobs, but I'm a dad for husband and dad first. And that level is
that level is different.
You ain't gonna be able to be that.
That's different.
And so I've thought about other things. You know, maybe being AD one day. Then I'm like, I see how much ADs deal with, you know, parents and everything. I'm like, I don't know about that. So
I don't want to do it. Yeah.
Just 1 year at a time and kind of see where we go from there. You know, get my oldest through high school and into college. And then from there, see what happens and what goes. You know, my youngest coming up and things like that. So I don't know. I'm just.
I've been offered a few college coaching positions, but I'm like,
I can imagine you been
like, but I'm also coaching my daughter, my sons were playing at the time and stuff. So I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
And of course, my wife would get mad at me if I'm gone all the time.
My wife told me, she's like, you can take a college job. I said, you ain't ready for that. No, you ain't never gonna see me.
Right. You got recruiting, you got coaching, training, all that stuff. Yeah. So, well, cool, man. Man, I appreciate you stopping by. And like you said, it's been a year.
We've been trying to get you in here for a while.
Now.
Yeah, tried to in Texas at Camp Impact and it didn't happen. We made it happen.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, I had some trouble. My hand got getting cramps putting the
I appreciate
putting
it.
the OU stuff up
keep
there,
it up
man.
for the next one too. Yeah.